Kicked off the first Passenger Safety Week, a campaign launched by We Save Lives and partnered with the National Road and Safety Foundation. It's a campaign educating those on just that, passenger safety.
In 2019, 62% of crash fatalities were passengers.
That's a huge number. And just think if those passengers, the ones that were able to speak up or not get in the car.
Candace Leitner, founder of the We Save Lives organization and the founder of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, explained it was during her talks across the country she noticed something alarming.
I would ask how many of you ride with someone who's drunk, drugged, or distracted, and I was amazed at how many people, especially MBA students, who raised their hands. And when I said why, a lot of them said, well, I don't know how to handle the situation. I don't know exactly what to say.
From there, We Save Lives launched Passenger Safety Week during the last week in January, an educational program aimed to encourage those buckling up to speak up.
And what we really want to do is empower passengers to feel so strongly about their own safety and their own lives that they speak up or they simply don't get in the car with a dangerous driver.
One should never get in the car if a person is impaired, and if they're driving distracted while you're in the vehicle, passengers can offer to text or make the call for the driver.
I just think you can do this with both love and purpose. You know, just put your hand on theirs and say, you know what, I love you and I love me. And I want us both to be safe, and I don't want to endanger anybody else's life. And you know that that's an unsafe practice.
Creating a conversation could help break the stigma among younger adults, too.
I think the thing of it is, especially with teenagers, there's that peer pressure. You know, there's that fear of speaking up for fear they'll be isolated. So the most important thing, I think, is to remember that your life is worth saving.
Parents are encouraged to have talks with their teens about these dangers.
There's nationalpassengersafety.org, a whole checklist that parents can download and questions to ask their teen when they know their teen is going to ride with someone else. So what we're trying to do is educate parents so they never have to say, if only.
And of course, to keep that conversation going and to learn more about that campaign, you can always head to our Fox 61 website. Tim and Erica, I'm not a parent myself, but have you had to have that conversation with your teen, Erica?
I have, and I've put it out there and said, if there's ever a situation that you need to get out of, don't think it's too late, don't think you're going to be in trouble. You know, if that's the situation that you need help, don't hesitate to call. I'll just give you a pass and just come and get you. No questions asked. You're not going to be in trouble.
I'm just surprised a lot of those people admitted that they would get in a car with somebody who is driving either drunk or distracted. Usually, there's a big difference between what people say they'll do in a survey and what they actually would. I would have thought a lot of people said, no, I'd never do that. But then the reality is, yeah, it's an awkward conversation like
well,
they
something
were saying.
actually, Tim, it's interesting that you say that, because something I was thinking of while Rachel was doing her report there was to have conversations with my kids. If you feel uncomfortable, let's talk about what excuses that you can come up with so that you don't get in that car, so that person doesn't get behind the wheel, whether you stay back and say, yeah, I don't feel good, I think I'm going to be sick, whatever you have to do to stay out of the car if you really don't feel safe.
Yeah, you hit it right on the nose. Prepare
Come
with
up
that
with
excuse
scenarios
ahead of time.
Yeah.